Hi, sorry, I had to take care of something really fast, right? Like when the ad break was ending. Very pog, but I'm good. Yes. Making sure I had water. But yeah, looks like we're doing some art. I know I've been doing a lot of the polls recently. I just been like really indecisive. And choosing to make decisions is hard. um so yeah. I don't know, man. I have not like worked on the I have not worked on like the Book of Love since like maybe it was around the time when Mito and I started Split Fiction was when I started working on this book. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I wanted to try something else because I kind of remember having this issue when I was working on. Well, I remember this issue being more prevalent when I was working on Baymax Shuffle than Baymax Squat. And honestly, it's been a hot minute since I've had to do it, since I've drawn a silly little GIF, so I'm trying something new. But yeah, congrats to Bach for first. Oh man, I still can't go over the. I don't know. I think I was like, I don't remember what I was looking at, but I think I clicked your like one of your streams and you were like, oh, I don't know who about whom you were talking, but you were like, oh, like someone has stream in 30 minutes. Time to camp. It brings me joy. I'm gonna switch to the screen because there's kind of no point in me just like. Actually, I'm gonna double check that everything's working really fast. I thought I did that, and then I'm realizing right now that I did not. What am I looking for? This one. Okay, we're so pog. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Switching now. Perhaps if the button wants to work. It really depends on whether the button wishes to work or not. But yeah. So I'm gonna try to we got the little guy. Please ignore the flashing in the corner. It's just like the reference that I was using for the gyrating because he only does one hip thrust, so I had to add some frames to make it like a little bit smoother. For a smoother gyrate. You know what I mean? But yeah, thanks Shower Reset for the Keyblades being thrown at me. Yeah. Oh god, I have so much work to do. But yeah, hope you're doing well and hope everyone else is also doing well. Hello Spyrus, hello Entity. Oh man, hold on. What if I didn't highlight everything and then I didn't accidentally ban somebody? Oh my god, what is happening? Oh god. Please stop. Please stop. Whatever. Remove. Yes. Listen, I don't know. Apparently, if you like highlight then drag it onto like the screen at OBS, it'll create like a text source automatically, and that's what happened. And I was trying to like scroll down to the bottom, essentially. I have no idea who that is or why I call them a book of divorce. Okay, so you see, in the game, It Takes Two, developed by the same people who did Split Fiction. Split Fiction is the game that came out later. It Takes Two is kind of like their first like big game that like really popped up. Maybe the studio's first game. I don't really know. But it's basically about this divorcing couple, and this is the book that comes to intervene, called the Book of Love. I call it the Book of Divorce because I hate it. And I think there's some other backstory, but So yeah, I guess we're working on the Book of Love gyrate. But I'm trying to remember how, like... I would probably be here, right? Onion skin colors. I just need to be able to see stuff better. Yeah, question mark? Can I see the onion frame better? I could probably change the opacity too, right? Yeah, there it is. It's been such a long time, Jesus. Anyways, so yeah. A plan is to kind of like sketch out the shadows and the light, and then we make the Book of Love do its thing. I hate this. Oh man. But yeah. God, has it really only been like 2 days? It feels like it's been both longer and also not longer, if that makes sense. There we go. That's what I want. But yeah, I had my last day of work for the week. Very exciting. If you don't know my work situation, I've talked about it a few times. Basically, I'm technically working contract for 6 months. However, it's looking more and more like they're going to want to take me on full time. And I kind of got like this soft confirmation on this from like all parties involved. So that's really exciting. Job security, we love it. So I got that news today, and that was quite exciting. But yeah, and I know... I don't know. Oh, here's one thing. So we're listening to a slightly different playlist, and I know it doesn't sound that way right now, but we are in fact listening to a slightly different playlist than usual, because this is the playlist that has the K-pop Demon Hunters songs on here, and I wanted to listen to them before we flip back to our other one. But yeah, I do be listening to the soundtrack. I haven't watched the movie yet. I don't know when I was gonna watch the movie. I'll be so for real. But like I've been listening to this soundtrack like hella, quite a lot at work while I've been working. I don't know when I'll have time to watch the movie though, but I am excited to watch it whenever I eventually have time. You have 2 more days off of work, then a week off for but then you have 2 weeks off. That's very pog. How exciting. I'm making decisions right now. Yeah, this will be fine. That's fine. It's fine. Decisions have been made. TM. We're gonna drag this to the front so I can see the way that the other hand operates. Used to be running charity event. Oh, okay, that's very pog. How exciting. Oh, hold on. I'm realizing that y'all couldn't hear any of the shit, but it doesn't matter because I think I just fixed it. No, it does matter. No, there we go. Sorry. Ever since, again, like the thing I was doing before for the music got fucked up. I have no idea how to fix it, and it's I don't have the mental capacity to fix it. So I have to so I've been doing things manually in a more it's been breaking a lot and often, both on and off stream, and it's been kind of driving me up a wall, but I don't know how to fix it, and I don't have the time to figure out how to fix it. But whatever, it'd be like that. But yeah. Oh no. Just so many numbers. The good stuff is not to be like, oh no. I don't know. Since I've been working from home a little bit more, I've been able to I don't know. I didn't know that this event existed until right now, but very pog. Spire Series book off 2 weeks a year. One at the beginning of the year, one in the middle of the year, so you can watch the show. That's very pog. But your sleep schedule is very fucked by the end of it. That makes sense. I did have you did add your favorite games to your watch later on YouTube. I never watched it. That's so real. Maybe I don't like. I have that problem. Like maybe not on like terms of like video games, but like I do it a lot for like dances. But I see something like when like it looks like remotely interesting, or like I watch like maybe like 2 seconds in the middle, and I'm like, yeah, that seems like a vibe. And then like I add it to watch later, and it never gets watched later. Oh, is it too loud? My bad. Sorry. Again, I'm still trying to adjust my shit. TM. Is this better? Is this better? It looks better on the end, but I have a really hard time. And I know I've watched like so many streams at this point where they're like where like people are trying to like give like advice on like how to get the volumes to work. And the thing is, since I'm number dyslexic and I never write this shit down, I never remember. It means I never remember. Also, it doesn't help. The song's unfortunately just kind of loud. Anyways, I forgot that I'm meant to be doing something. As it were. Yo, let's go. Yeah. In hindsight, I should have queued up some of the songs that are similar in vibe, but I did not. But I gotta say that this song like has like a very like classic K-pop sound to it. Like it sounds very much like I think the best way I can describe it is like Astro's like early releases, like early on, like early in their career, like make like first like 3 albums. It gives me like that vibe, like super strongly. So if you do enjoy this vibe, I'll maybe look at like Astro's like first like 3 albums, like first 3 like, comebacks essentially. Like very similar in energy. Honestly, it's giving like recently debuted boy group, and I don't know if that's like what they are in the plot, but oh yeah, first English song sound amazing. Can I get over the rest because they're mostly Korean? Yeah, and to be fair, I did give you that heads up. But like, I was like driving earlier today, and I was like thinking about it because originally they didn't make the list, and but then I was like, I have like I don't know, they're definitely not like the same vibe in my opinion, but like, yeah, I'm glad you like them though. I think for me, I just think like the songs that are like the English version of like whatever, it sounds very like awkward to me because they're trying like, but maybe that's just me. The 2 English ones though are right on mark in terms of what I'm in terms of what you're into right now. That's very. I mean, I'm glad I multiple misses, but I got 2 hits. You know what I mean? I feel like I won't know what this looks like until it is a little bit too late, I fear. Which is why I want to do this before, like, locking it in with color, if you will. Sorry, a little bit. I don't know why I'm thinking really hard on these, on like the under eyebrow shadow, man. I just feel so out of practice because I haven't like worked on like anything like this in such like a long time. Possibly. I'm gonna get rid of the book and the ones that may or may not be done. I think I do prefer this one over the one that's recorded by the Twice members. Actually, I'm not gonna do that one first. I think I just didn't draw the thumb on this one. Who cares? I feel like I low-key kind of went through an existential crisis today. I'm trying to like figure out like how to word it per se. Yeah, okay, I gotta add KDA. Okay, Loki, I'm not a huge fan of KDA, in my opinion. Like, I think like if you've seen this, I think this is really the dichotomies are really funny. Like, oh god, I don't. Is it? Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So I think it's I think it's the song's called "I'll Show You." And it's like so funny because the song sounds like it's like relatively upbeat, you know, like whatever. And then like the music video is like depressing. So you have this upbeat song. The music's like the music video is like really depressing. And then there's like a 1 million choreography that's like uncomfortably sexy. And it's just like, what's happening? What's happening? But that like definitely makes me laugh. But yeah, I KD's definitely not like a group that I like listen to like independently. There's like always like a reason why I like listen to their songs. Does that make sense? But yeah, so okay, so my existential crisis today, low key, and like I spent like a lot of like I spent a lot of like my extra time like not working, like going through the existential crisis, and then like try not to be in an existential crisis, if that makes sense. like I was listening. Oh god, I've never seen the song. I mean, like, I don't know if that one for sure has like more Korean in it, but it's like a fun song. Like, I'll listen to it. Also, that part sounds like Dies Irae, and I don't know what the context is, but I'm a fan of that. Anyways. And it's probably on purpose, but whatever. Actually, does this have... Ooh, yeah, actually, hold on, we're gonna add this. Oh, so my existential crisis was just like... I guess, like, not to get into it too much, but, like... It was, like, a content creator existential crisis, so it wasn't even that important. But, like... I don't know, I feel like... Right now, like, my life has been, like, 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 everything's been, like, really crazy, I feel. Like, if you, like, talk to me, like, at all, like, I'm a little bit struggling with, like, the state of the world right now, if that makes sense. Like, we all are, but, like, I am a little bit struggling with the state of the world, so that's been, like, weighing on me, like, quite heavily for the past, like, 6 months. But, like, as a result, I feel like I've been having to take, like, time to, like, take care of myself, obviously, right? And I feel like I just, like, don't have enough time to, like, make time for people that I want to make time for. And, like, I don't know. Then, like, something blah, 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 like, oh, I don't want it to make it seem like... Because obviously, like, I'm also, like, putting a little bit more effort into, like, trying to keep a 3... Oh. There we go. Trying to keep, like, a 3-week schedule. For a little bit. At least for a little bit. Because I just want to see, like... Maybe, like, after the course of, like, a month or two, like... where my stamina is, if that makes sense. Like, if I'm able to sustain a 3 weeks, a 3 times a week schedule, or if like, whatever, right? Because obviously I love playing with Mito, right? But I don't want to, like, necessarily, like, have, like, 50% of my streams a week is to be a regular collab, if that makes sense. It's an understandable struggle to balance work, social life, and hobbies. Yeah, and it's just, like, I don't know, like... I feel like... I don't know. And then there's also, like, this aspect of, like... I don't want to dare say compare numbers and size and stuff, because I, for the most part, really don't do that. Because I know that my intentions going into this are, like, quite different than, like, a lot of my friends who also stream do, right? Like... I think I have a little bit more. At least I, for myself, I have a more casual approach to it than, like, for example, like Ryusei is, like, pretty serious about, like, about streaming, and I'm simply just, like, not as serious. I kind of do whatever I want. There's a VTuber trend. My ass doesn't know. I'm neither actively searching for looking for it, nor am I, like, really in that sphere. But, like, at the same time, I'm like, oh God, like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm like, oh, like, am I, like, being, like, mindful in my hobbies, in my free time? Like, that was kind of, like, more like my existential crisis. Was, like, whether or not I was, like, being mindful towards in my interactions with, like, with, like, my friends, or like IRL, and also, like, online, and am I being, like, mindful in, like, my streaming also? And then yeah, I was very fun thoughts to have while I'm actively trying to debug a program. So I think, well, I only work 3 days a week. My hobby is gaming, so much I can do socially. Yeah, like I won't lie. Part of it is that like, you know, like I'm trying so hard to fix my sleep schedule, guys. But like I was listening to Apple's VOD from last night, 2 nights ago. I don't know. It's whatever she was yapping with Zero about like her mid-year check-in or something. Either way, it got me thinking because I know that my intentions are even like, you know, like so different, but like whatever. Existential crisis. The like I don't know. I just feel like I know it's like good to like sit and like reflect, but like I feel like everyone like has like such like part of this is because of like intentions, right? Also, it doesn't help. It's like if you were in Inkley's stream yesterday, she had thoughts and opinions on like a tweet that she saw from like a larger creator. I don't know. I just think that like, I mean, part of this again is absolutely like intention, if you will. Like it's intention with what is your intention with streaming? A lot of people do this as a much more serious hobby than I do. So they're natural. Also, can I just say that this song is like so good. I think this one might be my favorite from the soundtrack, but it itches that spot. But whatever. But like I think that it makes sense for like Inkley and Ryusei, who are doing it this more seriously, to have like a different perspective than I, who is not doing this nearly as seriously. But I still don't want to be like, I don't know, man. But yeah, I don't know. I think I just like, I don't know. Like, I just don't like have like my point of where I'm going with that was that like, I think like they, as a result of their perspective, have like a clearer vision of like what they want to do and how they want to do things. Like a clearer roadmap, if that makes sense. Like more actionable steps. And if you know me, I do really well with like actionable steps. I really don't do well on like saying something. I don't know how to describe this, but I do pretty well with like when there is a plan and a goal. When I have a goal, I can like make actionable steps quite like easy. Like I don't think I have a goal with this, which is like fine and chill and pog. I just feel like I don't know. I just felt like maybe I'm not being mindful enough that I don't like. It's kind of like more like my thought, if that makes sense. I'm trying to articulate this in a way that would make sense to somebody else who isn't me and isn't in my head 24/7. I got through most of my life just going with the flow. I've gone through most of my life with a very strict plan and it's worked out. And like I'm only kind of joking, but like I don't know, for like smaller things, like I really don't like have like goals. Like I go with the flow, but I think like for like bigger things in my life, not that like, you know, not that like this is necessarily like a bigger thing in my life, I guess, if that makes sense. But like for example, like like when I was like like when I was going to like in high school, like right, like once I figured out what university I wanted to go to and I calculated what my scores needed to be and how to get there, like what like scores I would need to achieve to be within that ballpark. Like I was able to put myself like into kick myself into action quite quickly. I don't know. I think I just like operate well when I have like when I have like a game plan. If that makes sense, maybe I don't. Maybe none of this makes sense. Who knows? I can't plan ahead very well. ADHD and all that. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I think I just like worked better by like having goals to be able to keep myself like accountable and in check, if that makes sense. And of course, like, you know, like obviously like what works for like me is not going to work for you. What works for you is not going to work for me, whatever, right? I don't know. Apparently, this is just how I choose to exercise my free will. Is this maybe like not a great example of free will? Possibly. Well, you could do my planning for me. I'll do it. The sun catch your set up here. I'm dead. Oh, here's one. But yeah, no, that's kind of like what I was like working. That's I don't know. That's kind of like what was going through my head. I don't think I have like a solution to that though. Like that's the thing. Like I don't think I have like I don't think I like internalize like a solution, if that makes sense. Because like when I think about it, there are things I want to do, right? Like if one day if I'm like large enough to like justify such, I think a subathon would be an interesting experience, right? But like I know here it's just been like a big fat joke, like, and I've been like playing into it because it is funny. Objectively speaking, it is funny. I think like objectively speaking, it's funny because Mito just really wants like animated emotes, and that's just really funny to me, and I can't tell you why. But like, I think like doing one would be like interesting, but like. I don't know. And I think like mentally I can make those actionable steps, right? I just like don't have it in me to, at least not right now, to actually do said actionable steps, if that makes sense. This is a song that my sister would hate. But the dance is just so cute, and that is the single reason why this song made it onto the playlist. I can make people problems disappear really quickly and efficiently. Hey, do you wanna do the communicating for me, Spiders? If you know, you know. Yes. I think for me, right? Okay, another thing I've been going through that I was talking about this with Spiders, and I'm not going to go into details, in the same way that I was able to do so in private in a way that's not like forever on the internet. But like, I am someone who values I'm gonna do this really quickly if that will help. Oh, it does help, but also not really. Why do you think the Nether has so much plus spider stories? I'm dead. I'm dead as hell. I don't know. I feel like I charge a small fee of free 50 an hour for my services. Oh man, the reality is that I know that unfortunately I have to be an adult and solve my own goddamn problems. And okay, actually no. What if I explain to you what the problem is without like being specific? Basically, it's like I think I need to like basically with a friend. I need to like with an IRL friend. I need to like reestablish a boundary. But to do that, you need to have a really uncomfortable conversation. One thing about me is that I enjoy protecting my own peace. So, as much, so like I live in like there's like a little bit of like a, oh no, it's this one, but there's a little bit of like, what's the word? It's not controversy. It's like whatever. It's a little bit like it's a little bit contradictory because like I enjoy listening to the tea, but I do not like I like most people do not enjoy being involved in such tea. I also love direct communication, very straightforward, not pulling the punches communication. I also hate stirring the pot. And I don't know. So like I think if I were anybody else, right? If I were somebody else telling me the problem that I'm experiencing right now, I would tell that person to suck it up, rip off the bandage, and communicate like an adult. So I know in my heart of hearts that's the right answer. However, I do enjoy protecting my peace, man. And I guess like, you know, like if you really think about it, if a boundary needs to be drawn, what's this looking like? If a boundary needs to be drawn, like to protect your peace in the long run, you have to have a difficult conversation. But in the short term, it's easier to just say nothing and hope the problem goes away. So yeah, I'm fighting. It's fighting myself to suck it up being an adult and solve my own problems. But God, man, I hate it. I hate being an adult. It was on the list. I enjoy this song, man. That's correct. This is Not Your Girl. All right, time to flip back to the oh, an error occurred. Perfect timing, because it's time to flip back to the other playlist if I can find it. I actually will listen to this playlist because I wasn't thinking too hard. Shuffle that, but then I have to change this fuck ass source. Oh no, it's working. That's Pog. It is really good. I do like it. I'm just looking for songs like this. Which is fair. Which is fair. Like, again, totally fair. My ass is lucky that I do know enough Korean to sing along. So I when it comes to me personally, I don't think about it that hard. However, comma, I do realize that not everyone is in such position. Like again, not again. So clean. Oh my God. Nope. There we go. I don't know. Maybe this will turn out awful. Who knows? I will not. God, was this? This is like the fuck S tree. I just gotta trust the process. But the problem is that I am not trusting the process. God, I'm so not trusting the process. This is kind of bad. It's fine. Nope, wrong layer. That's fine. That's fine. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking really hard, as is usual, apparently. This is the thing. I do wish it would automatically just to kind of flip back to whichever layer you're working on last, but... Let's see if that looks maybe not trash. I won't know because I'm getting too distracted by the book in the fuck ass corner. I'm gonna turn the book off because I actually don't think that's helping me. I'm gonna go with my gut. Yeah. Don't tell me I fucked up. I guess because I fucked up. Please don't tell me it'll take me back far enough. I'll be very sad if it doesn't because I didn't do this in a new layer. Oh, very pog. We just do it again. Do it but again. I think this is what it was earlier. Ish. If not, it's good enough. Oh yeah. So technically last weekend I started at my other job, my weekend job. Like, well, okay, technically I have been working for a hot minute, but like I started like officially, if that makes sense. Like I started the second part of it, like this other like I don't know, I'm not explaining it well. Like I only started teaching one class, and now I'm starting the second class. Does that make sense? And I did that this past weekend, and it was like last year when I was teaching like kids, like high school, middle school kids. So this was the first time I was teaching adults who are all of whom are older than I am. It was very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. To put it in perspective, I guess I have not properly stretched since probably like last September. Let's be so for real. So it's been a hot minute. And so sorry, they wanted me to like essentially kind of like just like they're like, oh, I think this is a fair thing to ask of your dance teacher, is to see if they know like if they know what they're talking about. Just because unfortunately this dance school does have a history of hiring highly underqualified people, like people who have famously said, people who either have no like knowledge of this dance style and also loudly publicly proclaimed that they had no interest in learning such style. And like all these people here, obviously, like I have like a real baby face, like as in like a couple of weeks ago I got mistaken, or like a month ago I got mistaken for a high school student. It was very embarrassing. And the upsetting part was that I was like at like some appointment, right? And like they thought this like man like thought I was like this like it was like an older man, like he was like elderly, and like he thought I was like fully in high school. It was a very upsetting experience. Like bro absolutely thought I was in high school apparently. Oh my god! Thanks for the raid, Leo. How was? Oh god, you guys were playing a game when I was like popping in. But yeah, how was the horse racing? Okay, I understand. Is that a gotcha game? Like I was trying to understand what was happening while I was like setting up on my end. Only W's. Give me I don't know what that is. I have to look it up. Let me look it up. Hold on. I gotta look up the full ass name. God, that's like so. Those are so many letters. Is this horse racing gotcha? Is this horse racing gotcha? Is that what's happening? Okay. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed the horse racing gotcha. If you need to like hop out and like take care of yourself, like do what you gotta do, man. Do what you gotta do. Also goes to anybody else who is who has rated it, and yeah, do what you gotta do. Spend a small time yapping with life updates, and then spend another hour. Oh, why is it doing this? And you're also in the ads. I'll just say it all over again. Yeah, later. I guess I can stall for time. I don't know. Yeah, enjoy your work, Buck. And you know, like thank you for that lurk. I appreciate it very much. Leo was hella gaming. I am eager for the day that Leo picks up Mario Kart World and wipes the floor with all of us. I do dread that day. But I'm also very excited for that day to come, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Mario Kart World doesn't hate my sister, so like now that we're like racing on a more even foot, which is like exciting because like I don't know why, but she would get carded so hard in 8, like all the time, every single time, and like I don't know. Like I guess like if y'all tune in next week, you can see how much the game treats us equally. Back from the ads, you can hear again. Yeah, I'm be so for real. I do not recall what I was saying before you went into said ad, but I'm glad you're back. You need to take care of yourself. Go take care of yourself, man. I definitely want to go back into your VOD because I had to like help do some stuff around the house before stream, but like, so like I couldn't like really like tune in like for some of the life updates, but I do want to like go back into your VOD and like kind of like see like what's up. But yeah, I hope everything's like, you know, like so good on your end. Like I know you and I said that like we were going to build the observatory in the server, and then like it didn't, and then it hasn't happened. But I also know that's like I also know that you've been like dealing with like your shit, right? And I didn't want to like, and I'm like, oh man, like you're not gonna catch me like being like, hey, let's build this thing when you're like actively going through shit. Like my ass, like, and this kind of goes out to anybody that I know, like also like if you're like going through stuff and I like know that you're going through stuff, and like I would do like an initial reach out of like, hey, thinking about you, take care of yourself, and then like I will give you the space that you need to take care of your shit. Like, and I usually like I'm hesitant to reach out subsequently unless like a public statement is made, if that makes sense. Like because I don't want to be like I okay, like let me put it into perspective. When I'm dealing with something, I need to like thank you so much for the follow. Technically we're supposed to be drawing this gyrating book, but you caught me yapping. But I hope you enjoy your stay here. But yeah, I think for me, whenever I'm going through shit, right, when life happens, I need to like lock down, and I will like kind of go into like survival mode, if that makes sense. I will get stuff done one after another, but I will like whatever, right? I think I'm tired and I have work tomorrow, so I'm going to sleep tonight, or at least lay in bed and start sleeping for a few hours. Good night, everyone. Good night, Spiders. Thanks for popping in. I'm glad that the divorce book caught your attention. But have a good one, Spire. It's always a pleasure when you pop in. But yeah, so like for me, like I appreciate my space and I'm going through shit, right? So like blah blah golden rule, right? Treat other people how you wish to be treated, right? So sometimes I'm not reaching out to you because I don't want to, or because like whatever, right? I just want to be respectful of your space. I think I'm communicating this poorly, But yes, I do want to drag you back into the Minecraft server, Leo. I miss seeing you on the server. I missed you. Apps. Yeah, I do. Because I do want to. I still do want to like build like observatory together because I think that would be fun. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know why my wrist is like in pain right now. I do know why actually, but whatever. That's very real and respectful feeling, honestly. I'm pretty much the same when I wanted to care my friends when they're down, but also give them space and need it without bothering them. Yeah. It is it is like a weird middle ground, and I like I don't know, like I feel like if someone's like going through something and then they say something in a group chat, I will eagerly respond, right? But I will not be like hitting you up privately, if that makes sense. Because like in a group chat that we're both in, to me, it's like fair game. Like if that makes sense. Like I don't like because I know that we have I know that like so like obviously like you're going through stuff, right? And I know that other people are also like have like publicly said or like publicly like to me, if that makes sense. Same working in the same area public like the public might know, but like public me knows. I know I'm doing a bad example. Poor example of poor job explaining this, but like I know people like are going through shit and like this goes out to like y'all too if you happen to be lurking. I'm not like I've said my thing and now I'm giving you space to take care of your shit. Yeah. I don't know. I remember what I was doing. I think I got immediately distracted is the problem. Because I think for me, part of it is like, and this has been something that I've been like really working on for like multiple years. Like I am really bad with like communicating and stuff. So I've been like really trying to work on that. I'll be honest, dude. I did cry and got choked up a little in the first half of your Yap stream with live updates. But reasonably and understandably so with your situation. Yeah, I don't think anyone's like, oh man, look at Leo, bro was crying in stream. Like I've been in like a similar situation as to like what you're going through. Like I am in an unfortunate situation where I can not only sympathize but also empathize with kind of what you're going through. So like absolutely like take the time that you need to take care of yourself and take care of your situation and whatever, right? And just like know that I am respecting your space and like hoping like the best for you, like in the hoping for like your like well-being and that everything like ends up in like the most favorable way, but like from a respectful distance. Yeah, pretty much give a really in-depth life update of everything. Yeah, I get like I know you've been going through stuff. Like, yeah, it's rough, but like I don't. Yeah, I need to like go back through your VOD to make sure like to like I guess get like a fuller understanding of like what's been going on so I can have a more appropriate response. But that'll obviously be like a later thing that I do. I don't know, man. I've been trying to do my good diligence of checking in on people who I've been like either like going straight up like going through shit or like have been like just like or been having just like a really like rough time, not because hold on, what I rephrase the sentence in a way that like makes sense to people. I don't even know what I was saying. I think I just started talking and my brain turned off. Oh man. I don't know. I'm just trying to keep tabs on I'm just trying to keep tabs on my friends, make sure, checking up on everyone, because I think the stuff that I'm dealing with, there's nothing that I personally can really do to rectify the situation, if you will. So I'm doing the things that I can control, such as checking up on my friends and the people I care about. Even that it is, so that usually does mean if I know you're going through something, that means I'm checking in on you from a distance. I've been compared to a cat in that way by all my real life friends. It's unfortunate. Also, listening to these K-pop songs while you're drawing this cursed book is sending me. I am checking to make sure that everything looks good before I lock it in with color, because I don't want to like fuck it up again later. Okay. But yeah, you mean that's what you're saying. Yeah. I fear if I speak more on this situation, I'm going to talk myself into a corner that I cannot get out of. So I'm gonna do the smart thing and stop digging. Also, I fucked up. Because probably I wasn't paying attention. I believe at this point I turned my brain off. There we go. So there's going to be an amazing sticker. Man, I don't know why, but drawing these like fuck ass little gifts brings me so much joy. I am also eager to bust this out in like other servers as a reaction. It brings me so much joy to do that. Which is one of the reasons why I try. It's one of the reasons why I use Baymax React whenever I can, because I simply think it is funny. Oh, character dancing gives me amazing. I worked so hard on Baymax Shuffle. Getting the sketch done for Baymax Shuffle took an embarrassingly / understandably long time. People who haven't played It Takes Two are going to get so confused on the book. I agree, but I think it's funny. Right? If like somehow someone's like first like interaction with this fuck ass book is through this dumb ass gif. It's funny to me. Like that would bring me so much joy. Well, okay, let me rephrase it, because this is kind of Mito's like first exposure to this fuck ass book. I don't know. Either way, I'm like 1.5 Pokemon done from being done with the Pokemon assets. I then get the pleasure of adding them to the video and adding a silly little like floating animation. And then I'm done. I'm kind of, I wouldn't say per se that I'm free to draw whatever again, but I don't feel like obligated to be like focusing on that, which is really nice, because I had been working on that since like before I went on vacation in May, and now we're in July. And you guys are gonna get some post. I didn't even get that part of the message. I'm gonna get some post-stream self-care, get some juicy and snacks. I understand now. I'm gonna still read it as juicy and snacks, because it is objectively funnier that way. Although I do understand you mean juice. And chill for the rest of the night because thankfully you don't got work tomorrow. Yeah! Can we get a huge yeah for no work tomorrow? Because same. But yeah, take care of yourself. Thanks for rating in. Yeah, thanks. You got me, man. You got my back. I mean, I'll be down. If there's a question, I would be down. But like, yeah. But yeah, take care of yourself. Thanks for reading in. Take care of yourself. You know, not just like now, like in your post stream stuff. Take care of yourself. You know, like also like in the long run. Yeah. I understand the problem. I'm free full with no errands tomorrow. Mayhaps. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Enjoy your lurk. I played Vanilla Repo for the first time yesterday. Before I know I like on stream have only played it like once, I believe. With like the gang, right? And we were playing like with mods, right? Not that they were like it was like huge mods, right? Like we weren't like objectively changing the gameplay up, but like, you know, like, I don't know, man. Things were shaking. Things were shaking. So I haven't played vanilla. And like also I've played Repo a lot off stream. I think I've mostly played Repo off stream. And I have only played with the mods, i.e., like modifications to the games, not like entity and block mods. Just to clarify, because I that is ambiguous. But so I played vanilla for the first time last night with an IRL friend, and I was so fucking lost. I didn't think I was going to be as lost as I was, but I was. The new map, confusing. Also, you know, like obviously updates to the game, right? But like the new map, confusing. Just like also, I was just apparently just got really used to some of those quality of life updates, like having the button instead of just like it automatically like doing whatever at the extraction point. I don't know, man. And also, okay, hear me out, guys. I had a really impulsive thought today during said semi-existential crisis as a content creator. And I'm trying to figure out how to word this well. But I was thinking let me rephrase this. I think because I'm debating between two things, but I'm thinking of like I feel like I know I'm not there yet, but I feel like it'd be fun to do like a 12-hour stream. But I need to set like a goal for that, if that makes sense. But I had that impulsive thought today of just like, because like we've like gone like five I wouldn't say comfortably, but like sometimes on accident 5 hours have passed and I'm still live. So I feel like, I mean, like that's basically just like half of 12 hours, and I would not be able to do 24 because I do not have that kind of like, oh, it just hates the song. Why do I play this one? Or a different song, that also works. Like I don't have like the ability to do it just like on a weekend because I have this other fuck ass job right now. But like I feel like 12 hours is doable. But yeah, that was the impulsive thought I had today. Because also like no, 12 hours isn't necessarily anything to sneeze at either. I don't know, whatever. But I do need to like set a goal for myself to get there. But that was the impulsive thought I had today. And I think I just fucking erased everything. No, I just went to the wrong frame. Oh, yeah. So the thing that I was talking about pre the raid. So I started taking on the second class out of 4 classes that I will have to take on for this dance teacher job. It was the adult class. They primarily speak Chinese. They found out that I can understand a sliver of Chinese and then spoke to me directly, and I panicked like really hard. I kind of only picked up 1 or 2 words because I was panicking really hard and already kind of like a little bit nervous and anxious and didn't understand what they were saying. But then, you know, they were like yapping in Chinese, and I was able to understand what they were saying. It was a very upsetting experience. I think the thing is with me and my Chinese is that I am still very like conscious, like self-conscious of the way I speak it. And like partially it's because like I don't live in a household that speaks Mandarin. I've never lived in such a household. And like, I don't know. I'm just like afraid. And also it's like, no, this isn't my first language. It takes a second for it to process. And I understand my face looks like I would understand Chinese theoretically, but I don't. Or I do, but I also like I don't understand like well enough, if that makes sense. That's another note to self. Wait, what do you mean by that? Are you just going to randomly call me up and then start speaking Mandarin? Because that was terrifying. I am very worried, low key. I'm actually quite worried. But yes, if you need help about Mandarin, feel free to ask. I mean, like, part of me would appreciate the help, right? If But on the other hand, I'm very afraid that my Mandarin is so ass because I haven't had to speak it in a really long time. And it's not even that my Mandarin is ever like particularly good at some point in time. Also in sentence, I'll learn a completely random sentences in Mandarin. I mean, like, yeah, but like, I don't know, man. My Mandarin's just like kind of ass. And the thing is that oh my God, I don't remember who I was talking to the other day, but the other day they were talking like, I was talking to somebody, they were talking about how they knew a friend who spoke Korean, and then they were like, they did the thing, they were talking about like, oh wow, like, yeah, when they started speaking like Korean or whatever, like their voice totally changed. And I'm like, yeah, that's, I'm like, yeah, like I feel like I hear that sentiment a lot. And then somehow I've gotten to the point of like, I was like, oh, like, because I knew that they spoke another language, and I was like, oh, like, well, when you speak like whatever, do you like feel like your voice changed? And he's like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, like, I don't know. Let's see. And like, or we were talking about either the sounds of whatever language that they spoke, or like whether his like voice like changes like socially or whatever. But like, I don't remember. Either way, I was like, they asked me to speak either Mandarin or Korean, and I, for the life of me, could not come up with a fully Mandarin or Korean sentence, because halfway through, I would like flip to the other language, like subconsciously. It was very annoying. and embarrassing. Yeah, no, like it's embarrassing. I do want to do like a drinking stream at some point. It'll probably be like a Friday, so it'll be like unusual. But like, I fear that I will start speaking other language, and that would be very embarrassing also. Oh, there goes the music again. The music does not like twice, it seems. Twice. God, they hate twice. Okay, there we go. I mean, speaking another language is fine, though. I'm not quite sure what you mean, I'll be real. Some things just have to change. I mean, like, yeah, but in some ways, I remember at the end of university, someone was trying to prompt me in Korean. Like, they were trying to see, like how, because, like, they met me post me being in Korea, if that makes sense. So they knew that I, at some point, spoke Korean, like, relatively okay at some point in time. So they were trying to, like, engage me in conversation in Korean to judge my pronunciation, essentially. And I started off responding in Korean and ended, and like halfway through the sentence, I switched to Mandarin, and I didn't realize what happened until after the fact. It was not great. Because we all kind of sat there in the car in silence for a second as I realized that I didn't end with the language that I started in. So dare I say, this is a common occurrence that's only gotten worse over the years. Ba-bam. The phone with big fingers have. Oh my god, I remember this is a couple of years ago. So because that reminds me. I went out to like some like place with my sister, and like I think I ordered a very specific pizza at this place, and like I think it was like the vegetarian pizza, like distinctly, and like by the time that like you know like time goes by, we get our food, and then like. The pizza is, the food is placed in front of us, and it's distinctly, first of all, not pizza. Like my sister got her pasta dish, and I got something else, and I was like, "Oh, is this somebody else's dish? Like, what is this?" Because like it wasn't like our usual waiters that was like that like have been taking care of us, who was like dropping off the food as it is like sometimes. So like I remember just looking at my food and looking at my sister and being like, And she was also kind of like, so like, and then soon our waiter comes over and it's like, very apologetic expression. She goes, and he goes like, hey, so I know this isn't the food that you ordered. Matt's fat fingers fucked up the order. And we're like, oh, awkward. He's like, yeah, your pizza will be out soon. You can keep this one for free, I guess. And we're like, pog, I guess. But both my sister and I will now sometimes just be like, Matt's fat fingers fucked up your order. And this happened, God, I had to still be like in school. Like this is like pre-pandemic. So this had to be like what, 2018 or something like that. Wherever Matt is, I hope he has forgiving managers who think it's slightly funny when he fucks up people's orders on accident with his fat fingers. His words, not mine. You know, it was funny. If nothing else, it was funny. Hello? There we go. Oh. Bro does not want to be here. Gonna look for the night. Have a good stream. Yeah, have a good rest of your night. I'm gonna try to refresh this browser and see if it wishes to cooperate, because it has not been wanting to cooperate, and it's been driving me up a wall. Yeah. Okay, just to make sure that I didn't need to make sure that the music was happening. I don't know. Sometimes it chooses to be difficult. Yeah. I'm gonna try to lock in on this because I have kind of not been paying attention. I'm excited. I'm excited for this to be a finished product. I'll be so for real. I feel that I'm going under, but I know that I'll make it out alive. Until I can't breathe. My knees into my knees, and I'm without your kisses. Pop, pop. I think maybe back on like the thing on like mindful content, like sorry, my brain keeps going back to this earlier because it was a little bit low-key of an intrusive thought earlier today, as we all know. I think for a hot minute because I would identify myself as a dancer first. I want to figure out a way to incorporate dancing into streaming because I fear that this job that I have, although fairly dance centric, will be burning me out quick because part of it, like, although I do love to dance and I love teaching it, like, oh my god, my studio has so many issues. Also, thanks for the head pets, Bach. I don't know. I just like want to have an outlet for dance that's on my own terms, if you will. I don't know. But like, I still have not had any thoughts on how to get that to happen. Unfortunately. I don't know if this will work. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if I want to make him shiny because he's a little bit shiny in like in the game. One thing I wanted to do was to try to make a little doodle of Miyamoto inspired by Split Fiction. I just have not had any inspiration for it yet. It's really unfortunate. Okay, let's... I think that works. Let me see what's... Maybe I'll make the eyebrows a little bit shiny. Who knows? We'll see how I feel about it. Or maybe like the curls a little bit. The part where it curls up. I would need this for the reference somehow. I'll change your mind. Maybe no shine. We're not going to do any shine on it. We're fine. We're chilling. Okay. Is it time? Is it time, TM? Now it's time to figure out the fuck ass colors. I think this color would probably read better. Let's get the base coloring down. Because we already got... What am I doing? I don't know. I don't know. You know what? I am afraid for the eyes. I'll be so for real. I will be real on that. I'm afraid on... See, this is another one that I find cringe in English, but it's like, doesn't sound that bad in Korean. Yeah, I think that's a good color for contrast. I don't know. We'll might make changes later. I just want to get this one frame done with the colors. And then judge. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, so I have a friend who's at Anime Expo right now, and they sent me today I guess I don't know. I've never been to Anime Expo, so I am. No, what am I doing? I need to. It's this one. Yeah. And they sent me a image of it. I guess they had some sort of like. I really do not know how Anime Expo works. I've never been. It's not that I'm not planning to. It's just that I think in the near future I probably will not be going. But like, they sent me like a little thing of like mom. It was some sort of apothecary diaries, like little like setup, and it was very cute, and it made me want to watch more Apothecary Diaries. I have not kept up with Apothecary Diaries. I mean, so for real. I think doing the shading like this was absolutely the move. I don't know why, but I think the Among Us collab got me inspired to draw again somehow. Because I've been doing a lot more just like various like doodles and shit. I feel. But like I don't know. I really want to do like a or like I feel like I'm starting to like draw like other people's like little guys TM. Like I'm starting to feel comfortable in my abilities to attempt something other than like Baymax or the fuck ass book, you know? If that makes sense. Yeah. I think little bro is coming together. I think bro is coming together. That's actually somehow exactly the color I wanted. I usually don't hit it. I don't usually don't hit it like that. No. I had a vision for this earlier. Oh, I had a vision for this earlier. That vision is gone now. Never mind. That one has left the station, TM. Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking about, like, what we're doing next week and everything, right? And I'm just reminded with, like, the really unfortunate and quite frankly upsetting fact that, do I actually want this one? Oh, fuck yeah, I do. So I got through all of it and just realized, God, it's just so dark. Oh yeah, that is the goal, huh? I'll come back and fix it later so that I can. Does this have, like, I know I have a clear sample I could take from. Yeah. Oh yeah. The vision is visioning, guys. Huge. The vision is visioning very well. How exciting. Oh yeah. Oh, this is gonna be such an exciting sticker. I'm so excited for when this is, like, stickering. Sit down into my. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, this is absolutely the way to go about it, I think, in the future. Whenever I do whatever the next one, whoever the next one is. This is. Okay, now is the part I'm a little bit nervous about. I was thinking of just doing this. Essentially. I didn't think that far ahead. You, baby. What's that for DNA? Can we telling you, I'm so lonely. No one calling. Ooh, ad's gonna start soon. Baby, when I hear 911 calling, telling you, baby, telling. Okay, that's kind of the color that I got. That's a little bit. Don't wanna say goodbye. Let's type for DNA. You think, yeah. I think it's another layer so I can like fix it better. Without you, I'm so lonely. Okay, so this means I'm gonna have to kind of get rid of everything. Up. I want you to regret it now. Kiss me, baby. I'm concentrating real hard. Is it dead? Oh, here's one. My friend's youngest sister started driving, or she got her permit like a couple of weekends ago, and I knew that she was like going to be driving, so I was like a couple of weeks ago because I also this is like she's one of my students also, but I sometimes have to drive her home after her private lessons, and also she knows me like um outside of class too. So like at first when I first like was teaching her like last year, it was sometimes hard for me to flip between being instructor DX, and then being in the car and being like friend's older sister DX, because two different vibes, right? Now though, it's like fine, it's whatever. It's like pretty comfortable. Okay, yeah, okay. But yeah, so like now it's like fairly comfortable. It's like not that big of a deal. But like back last year, so it was a little bit uncomfortable. But like, so I guess like before she got her permit, I was like asking like, oh yeah, so you're gonna start driving soon, like whatever, and because I knew that she was kind of like her older sister, the middle one, was like kind of taking her out driving, like in an abandoned parking lot kind of a situation, before she had her permit, and like I knew that she had like been behind a steering wheel once before, so I asked her, quote, like, hey, like, true or false, if I hold the brake at a like steady pressure, like, will the car come to a stop? And I think she, like most new drivers, she said false in response to my question. And now I was like, ha, common mistake, you see, you know? And then I just kind of I kind of like told her the answer and why the answer was the way it was, right? And she was like, oh, interesting. And then, I was out of town the week that she got her permit, and then last week, the first weekend back, I asked her, oh, so you got your permit now, have you been out driving yet? And she was like, yeah, like her oldest cousin took her out driving, and then she apparently the oldest cousin who had taught all like both of her other sisters to drive also, so she was like telling me like, yeah, apparently like my cousin says that of the three of like her three siblings, she breaks the best. And it's apparently because I asked her, I told her how to, I kind of told her how to brake nicely the week before, and I found that very, very funny because like she has friends who are driving now because she's like 1 year younger for her grade. So like her friend, so she just got her permit, but her friends are like old enough to get like their license situations. And this wasn't like a situation like, oh, like she waited to get her permit. Like her mom does not wish to be driving her anymore kind of situation. Like her parents, I think, definitely want her to be like driving. So like, I don't know, like it was kind of funny. I don't know where I was going with that. I had something else to say. Oh yeah, so like, I don't know. Like, 16-year-olds don't drive well and maybe shouldn't be driving. And my friend's youngest sister, she recognizes that because apparently her friend drives her to dance class whenever they do come. Because I guess like it's a summer, they've been busy. I especially like this kid, like like her oldest sister, is getting married in August, so like there's like lots of like wedding planning and stuff happening, and they're getting married in like a different state and like whatever, right? So like it's been she's been busy. She hasn't been coming to class a lot, and honestly, that's not really my problem because she hasn't been coming to group class a lot, and that's really not my problem because I am right now only responsible for her solo lessons. Haha. But like, yeah. So apparently, her friend drives her there because like it's like her and her friend are both in this dance class, and her friend drives her to dance class, the group class, and apparently, I mean, I don't know. The kid's 16, I think. She might be 17. I don't know how old she is. Either way, she's at least 16, and she apparently does not drive very well. Which is funny to hear from like this kid because like obviously like, I was talking to the mom. The mom's obviously like, yeah, no, like my kid does not drive well, and I'm like, oh, awkward. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I can kind of like yap and shit because I don't have to think that hard anymore. I already did the hard thinking part, so now I can just kind of yap. Oh god, was it? It was Wednesday. My dog got was it Wednesday? I guess it was Tuesday. Maybe I talked about this. Who knows? But my dog got she had a grooming appointment on Tuesday, and my dog, this is Luna, so it's the bigger one, and she is a pretty anxious dog, I would say, or like she's just like not like very well socialized. Like she's kind of afraid of everything. So she, to like get her to like her grooming appointment, we kind of have to get her a little bit high, and she is so funny when she is high. Like she is so fucking funny. Like she already sometimes has a hard time hoisting herself up onto furniture, if you will. But like my dog, like Luna, when she's high, she has a real hard time hoisting herself onto furniture. And it's so sad, but also so funny to watch her wiggle her fat ass onto like the couch or something. Cause like I don't know, normally she like does this really like pathetic like hop onto the couch, right? But like when she's high, she kind of throws her front paws onto the couch and then like has to like pull herself up onto the couch, and it's always like the least graceful thing I've ever seen in my life. It's so funny every time. And I don't know. But apparently, so like last time she got her little bath and haircut, she apparently was very poorly behaved. But this time she was well behaved, so that's great. And then next Tuesday we have Bella's appointment, and I really don't know how that's gonna go. I really don't know how that's gonna go, so I'm very curious about how all that's gonna, I guess, go down, if you will. Keep down your one. Okay, so I feel like normally, right, I would have played Metopia today, but I really for one, I do want to get this divorce book up and ready to go. But what I also want to do is I still need to like make everyone's little me's to be either background characters and or potentially party members. And I just haven't done that yet. Ooh, also, hey Leo. Yeah, we got the guy. I mean, like he's not colored in yet, but we got the guy. But I think I got my sister hooked on maybe not the game in full, but at least the pulling card aspects of TCG Pocket. Because I've been ever since we went to Seattle, I've been letting her pull my packs for me. And now I can confidently say I have almost all the immersive cards from the packs. I still don't have the immersive Mew yet. But that's very exciting. And so now I can like finally start pulling on, oh god, I think it's like whichever one like the immersive Arceus pack is from. I have like maybe like 5 cards from that one because I got the immersive Arceus like really quickly. And that's kind of mainly what I pull for low key. But now that I got them all, I can kind of like try to go back and like fill in shit. Like I kind of given up on Genetic Apex low key. Like I'm missing so many cards from Genetic Apex. But I know my ass will not be I don't know. Because on one hand, like, I do want to get, like, I don't know, man. I don't even know what I'm saying. But yeah, she pulled the immersive Mewtwo today, which was very exciting for me. And it's so funny because my sister does not really know Pokemon. She just likes the feeling of opening the card pack. But even now, she has started to figure out kind of what is, I want to say, what's maybe like a trash pull and what is a decent pull. And every time she does a trash pull, like how many of us here have watched Modern Family? There's this one scene in the earlier seasons. It's like a Christmas episode. It's a Christmas episode, but they decided to do the family decides to do Christmas early. Early at the last minute because like I guess apparently like no, they find out like no one's going to be here for Christmas, like one of those situations. And so like they're like scrambling last minute to get ready for like last minute Christmas, right? There's this one scene with like Jay and Manny where like they've gotten the ham or the turkey or the butterball, whatever, for the dinner. And now, oh my god, what's it called? Phil Dunphy is trying to like get this Joe DiMaggio baseball card for Jay Pritchett. And he found some dude off Craigslist, has the money, and is like meeting some dude in like a kind of a back alley low key. And it's so funny because the kid Manny constantly thinks that like I don't know, I think something bad's gonna happen to him, but like he's like also like in the locked car, and he like brought his like mother's taser apparently, and accidentally tases No, so what happens is that, so like Phil meets this dude and they had agreed on a price beforehand, but then when they meet, the dude raises the prices. No, they agreed on a price, but Phil like didn't bring like cash or something like that, essentially. And so instead, the dude's like, you know what? I see you have a nice little butterball in the back of the car there. And you know what? I'll be willing to trade Joe DiMaggio for the butterball. And Manny, the kid, thinks that the butterball is in reference / neg to him. And he's like freaking out. And so he accidentally tases Phil out of panic. And also self-defense, kind of. And it's so funny because, like, he's like, oh, I thought you were going to trade me. And Phil's like, no, Butterball is the name of, like, the bird that we got or whatever for, like, you know, the dinner. So either way, Phil gets his, like, Joe DiMaggio card, but he just got tased, so he keeps, like, accidentally crumpling it, like, as, like, the spasms happen. So there's this thing where he goes, like, mint condition. Then he has a spasm, and he goes, like, what? Mint condition, fair condition, spasm, whatever the middle condition is. And then he like crumples it like a third or fourth time, and it's like unrecognizable. It's like garbage. And my sister will go through that every time she pulls garbage. It's like in pocket. It's so funny. Mint condition. I'm trying to remember what the three are. Oh no, I'm gonna have to look up the scene later because I do not remember, and it is killing me slowly. Mint condition, near mint condition, fair condition, garbage. There it is. Man. Okay, another thing that's happening that I fear will come across quite a lot next week is that my sister and I are rewatching Glee for the nth time. For those who don't know, Glee is like my comfort show, apparently. I cannot tell you how many times I watched Glee by this point. And actually let's do the mouth first, because I hate the mouths, man. And the both of us, I fear that the both of us are very obnoxious when we watch Glee. Honestly, I think the both of us are also very obnoxious when we watch Wicked. Like, on the plane ride back from our vacation, on the back of the seats, they had, like, you can watch a movie for free situation. And I usually turn on a movie when in those situations so that if I pass out, I'll turn on a movie that I know decently well. So that when I pass out and wake back up later, I can kind of guess like how much time has passed, and or if I know how long the flight is, like how much left in the flight that we have. It's kind of just a way for me to keep time in a more exciting way than simply looking at the clock, or the flight map if that's available. So on the way back, we watched Wicked, but my sister and I, or rather, really my sister has watched Wicked quite a lot, and it's gotten to the point where the two of us are very obnoxious when we watch Wicked. Like, oh man. One thing that we've been doing a lot, we've both been going around and being like, it's great. And like, I need you to understand it's specifically a reference to Wicked. And I feel like I voiced this before, but I will voice it again. I've seen like Wicked on stage like more than once, let's say. And consistently, I enjoy the first half of the show significantly more than I enjoy the second half of the show. So for me, Wicked Part 1, aka the best parts of Wicked, it was great. It's great. And I fear so much for the second half. When I went to watch, we got like for Mother's Day, we went to my sister and I got Wicked tickets because they were like in town. No, we got that for her for Christmas, and then like we went like whenever, essentially. And I am realizing that that while I still enjoy the first half of Wicked significantly more, I don't hate Wicked Part 2 as much as I thought I did. That being said, seeing like whatever actor was playing the wizard in the live production that we saw made me so nervous for Jeff Goldblum. Particularly because I think like Act 1, right? And I think this argument has been made by Jeff Goldblum defenders that he is meant, I guess spoiler alert, he's meant to be deceptive, right? In the first half of Wicked. And that's what Jeff Goldblum was playing into. Personally, I don't believe that's what's happening. I think that Jeff Goldblum was mentally checked out. Let's try that again. Does not wish to play song. Very pog. There we go. But I don't know. The Wizard has like a kooky little song in the second half of the show that I find quite fun, I feel, because like the Wizard, I feel, is, I mean, he's not a good person, obviously. But he does have this like goofy side to him, right? That like the second half of the musical displays better than the first half of the musical. And I fear that Jeff Goldblum will disappoint me in part 2. I do fear. And I've expressed this fear multiple times to my sister, who does not share the same fear. But every time we watch Glee now, because Jeff Goldblum is in Glee, right? And so is Idina Menzel. If you don't know your musicals, so Jeff Goldblum plays the wizard now, right? Idina Menzel played the original Elphaba, right? So like when we went to see Wicked, we were joking about this too. Like oh wow, like hey look, it's Elphaba, Rachel Berry's mother. And also the wizard, aka Jeff Goldblum, aka Rachel's dad. One of Rachel's gay dads. And like now that we're in our rewatch of Glee, to circle back to that, whenever Jeff Goldblum like appears, my sister and I are like, oh my god, look, it's the wizard. I fear that we are a little bit obnoxious sometimes when we watch Glee. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been quite, I don't know, it's been fun. Or like, ooh, here's another one. I don't know if anybody watched this, but Christian Bale is in it. As is like literally so many people from like other shows that I've watched, and it's kind of wild. But it's Nobody Wants This, and it's basically Christian Bale's character is essentially just dating this. Oh man, what's the term? I have to look it up. Rabbi, this Jewish rabbi, and but like okay, like the thing is though, I don't remember any of the characters' names from that show. If they're played by actors in other shows, because I feel like Christian Bale often plays a similar character, if that makes sense. Like I know her mostly from like The Good Place, banger show by the way. And I don't know. I think we were just a little bit obnoxious when we were watching that show too. I just fear that whenever my sister and I are together, we just, in the privacy of our own home, we become a little bit obnoxious. It's kind of fun, actually. But yeah, no, Glee really is like my comfort show now that I'm thinking about it. Like when I was in university, I did yet another rewatch of when I was in my first year of university, and also in my second year of university, going through a hard time. I would turn Glee on in the background to make myself feel better. Remember, I got like really sick at the end of my first year of university. Like, bro, I was sick. Like I remember my boyfriend at the time like needed me to like give him something at something. So like I dragged myself out of bed. And I remember my limbs feeling just like so heavy, and like the room was like spinning. I was like, oh man, I am like unwell right now. So I'm gonna drop this thing off, then take my temperature, then ideally go back to sleep. I don't know what I had, because I usually don't spike a fever, and my ass was spiking a fever. But like, yeah, you would be correct in assuming that I watched Glee while I was sick then. I remember studying for a final that I just had to like, like get there and like I basically the final was treated just like because of circumstances. Like the teacher had won an award, and as a like a some sort of like student based award, like student voted whatever something, I don't know. And as like a treat, as like a thanks for like I guess like thinking so highly of me or voting for me or for this award or whatever, she allowed the final to be treated like a regular exam, in the sense that like she had a policy that like the lowest test would be dropped. And I had done pretty well in that class up until then, so I kind of just like had to show up, put my name on the paper, and then like leave because it was going to be dropped no matter what. And I guess like theoretically, right, I could have studied, right, and then if I had like all 90s and like an 80, right, the 80 would have been dropped, and I would have had an even higher grade. Unfortunately, because I think originally when I found out that was a plan, like that was kind of my plan, like was to be a tryhard essentially. Then I got sick, and I tried studying, except I was so miserable, and I had another paper to write for one of my major classes, and my ass struggled to makes my sentences somewhat coherent because of the fever, and I did not like recover in time to like be like within like the finals period to like write a cohesive paper. It was a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, my main point is that I was in fact watching Glee. And like the thing is, I did not realize how much like Glee I have watched until I was yapping with a friend who is playing Peak. And if you notice, there is a sound regime called Pleek. It's ripped from Glee. My ass. Whenever I see someone playing Peak on Twitch, please just know that I am reading Peak as Pleek, and that there is nothing that I could do about that to rectify the situation. Also, hello, Prox, at DX Art Stream Pog. Yeah. And I know it's ironic because, like, what was this, like, Tuesday or something that I was, like, talking about how, like, I'm grateful that the art community is willing to claim me as one of y'all, but, like, I feel like I don't do enough art to be considered an artist, right? Or I don't do, and I also just, like, I don't know, I just don't do, I just like whatever, right? We know this conversation. We know this conversation. I'm sure you were there for said conversation. The part that's going to be really asked is to make sure, since it's supposed to be a sticker, that everything has, in fact, been colored in properly. That's kind of what I'm double checking on this one. And that unfortunately does take some brain power. Yeah. Torland Arts, I need you about as many art streams as me. Does hella busy this year. Again, I am grateful that you as a are willing to, I guess, accept me as an artist, and but I genuinely do not view my. I don't know. I just think if you catch me in a conversation about like art as it applies to me, not art in a broad sense, art as it applies to specifically me, and compare that conversation to like art as it compares to me, but me being another streamer, right? We know what I'm talking about, right? I don't know. I think that the way that I talk about it versus the way that, like, for example, other people, like other people who do identify themselves like as artists, I think it's a very different conversation. Like, it's a very not different conversation. I think it's like very evident that we just both have like very different like viewpoints, and like while also like not necessarily like disagreeing with each other, if that makes sense. Or disagree, or they're also not necessarily disagreeing with each other when it comes to like art parentheses big, if that makes sense. Like art, capital A art, not art as it applies to me art. Okay, good to know that's part of this lower layer. multifaceted, but you should definitely consider yourself an artist. I mean, like, I think I kind of joke about it, but I'm also like realist. Like, I'm being real as fuck when I'm saying that I identify myself as an artist last. If that makes sense. Like, oh, what am I doing? I do appreciate. I do appreciate that people respond well to my silly little animations. I do, as silly and goofy as they are. Like, I do put a decent amount of effort into it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like I'm just like not necessarily like that. Like, while like, I don't know. I think I was like, I remember, again, this has been like months now since Apple's had this stream specifically, but like I keep on going back to it because like that's the one that kind of just like reminds me of like oh man, like we have really we view art as it applies to ourselves so differently, while like also not disagreeing on like the bigger concepts, if that makes sense. And it like strictly comes down to the way that we identify ourselves. And like I mean that's kind of cool that like in today's day and age we can have a conversation and not fully agree on everything, but there's nuance. Yeah. I just shuffle all the time. I'm glad people use it. Whenever I see like whenever I'm like in like Discord and like in a server, like someone else's server, and I see people use it, it makes me very happy. The shuffle does make me the shuffle. I'm glad that people like the shuffle. Because I think it was like teabag. I think teabag is my favorite, but like shuffle was a lot harder than teabag, man. Like for so many reasons, like just like straight up to get it from like getting like the reference for shuffle in Fortnite, like getting Baymax to, well, first of all, for one, like getting into a match and not being immediately murdered, you know, and then like trying to get like enough like get the feet to shuffle the way I wanted them to shuffle. I don't know. It took me, it was like kind of like pretty deep into a game until I was able to like get a reference and then just be like, all right, let's go find someone to murder me. So let's grab this corner so that we're done with. No, actually, what am I doing? Hello? Oh no. Oh fuck no. This one's fine. Okay, do we have to fucking redo the outline on this one? Because I think we might gotta. That's it's gonna be so annoying. Fuck. Okay. She baby. Is this like the same thickness? It is. Okay. God, this is ass. Body got this love. Hold on, let me turn off onioning real quickly. On my mind. All the time, all the time. Also, thanks for the head pet, Spock. I definitely missed that. Okay. I will outline it in this purple first, and then we'll just go back and like fix it. God, hold on. I need to like get into like I need to get my body into like a less comfortable position. More like good for like better for like God. Oh, I think I remember what I did. I think I turned up. Yeah. Oh, this is absolutely what I did, yes. Sorry, I'm a little bit locked in because I want to get this outline done so I can go back to the empty-brained adding the color. Because I already did the hard thinking part. And I like yapping. God, I can't believe I fucked that up. I'm actually so upset. Yeah, MC Brain. God, I want to yap more. I was enjoying yapping. Only to find out the ugly truth of I fucked up multiple hours ago, and I am now paying for it right here, right now. Wildly upsetting news. Isuka. Yeah. So my brain's also trying to think of like little like doodles I can do with Mia Mito from It Takes not fucking from Split Fiction. That's like within my skills and abilities. Okay, there we go. The book has been fixed. Mm-hmm. It's like 24. Okay, empty brain, let's go. We're back. We're gonna have to fix it, obviously, for obvious reasons, and it's fine and chill and pog. Okay, we're back. Kind of. Actually, we're kind of not, because we still need to fix this. Are we back real? We're back real? We're back real. What was I doing? Was I doing that? I was doing this, yes. We're so back. Yippee! Oh, we're so back. I don't even know what I was yapping about. I was popping off about Glee for a hot minute. But I don't know. How's everyone doing this fine Thursday evening? Bro, not Despacito, but if you want me to cue it up, like, I will. A little bit of a different vibe, but I will if it is requested. Also, hi Nova, I hope you're doing well. Oh, obviously the one with Justin Bieber. Oh, do I know how to cue shit up, or is it just gonna play? There we go. You've been EXP farming on Fortnite for 2 hours? Man. That wild. I believe, but I do fully believe that. I know that the Fortnite, like, you've been hit with like the bug again, if that makes sense. It's because of Zuko. Worth it. You know what? I'm glad that you are able to live your most Zuko dreams. That brings me joy. If Nova is able to live their Zuko dreams, I'm happy. I just need my mustard bottle back and I'm set for life. Fair. Let's see if the queuing up thing worked, because I haven't tried queuing shit up on the web interface like this. I wait eagerly. I hope this was correct, because like the one usually doesn't pop up. This song brings me back though. I cannot tell you like. This song brings me very much back. Oh man, what a vibe! What a time to be alive, honestly. Like me in 2017 didn't know what was in store for the next 8 years, but it was such a vibe. You know what? That's a gyrate from me. There we go. Do I think that are you talking about the divorce book? Are you asking me if I think that the divorce book would unironically listen to this song? Because I think the answer is yes. Do you think that the divorce book, I need his beauty? Wow, it's like I need his VA to cover the song, but while clips of like the book doing like abomination book of divorce book things. You know what I mean? Despacito. Hit the green. I don't think that my skills are there yet. I'm all my silly little animations have just been like very simple movements. Breakdance book. New plan. Breakdance book. That if it's something like that, I feel like that'd be really cursed because the book would be super bent. But that would be funny. I think my favorite thing to, because you know how on Twitch you can catch like random gifted subs. Oh, there it goes. It's gone. It's out of there. Oh, it's really gone. It's really out of there. This is not the playlist. What is happening? Good. Fold the book horizontal. Not the song I played. Still a banger. Fold the book horizontally. Oh no. That's an oh no from me, dog. Oh no. My ass forgot. First around me, then like why making a scene? No, no, no. Not today, not today, not today. Oh my god. No, this time I tried not to be. I'm realizing I use a different brush for the outlines, but it's okay. Because no one's gonna know. I was gonna say no one's gonna know except me, but now no one's gonna know except me, and I guess we're on a break, so on an ad break. So me and anyone who stopped, or anyone who's going back and watching the VOD, that too. Now you say you wanna. Try not to be. When it comes to you. Oh, book gyrate divorce. Oh, guys, what do we name this though? What do we name this? I've been calling it divorce book because that's kind of what it is. But like in terms of like once it's up on the Discord, what do we name it? It's even there. I'll ask that a question when people are off break. His name is Dr. Hakim. It's Hakim, something like that. I don't know. It's something like that. It's something like that for sure. For sure. Miss me at all. Divorce gyration. That one's pretty good. I hope it's not too long. Divorce gyration is pretty good. I know, like, when I first came up with the idea of gyrating divorce book, somebody came up with a very funny name, and I cannot remember for the life of me what that name was. Heart in your hands. Also, welcome back from the ads. For anyone who has caught in the ads, the question on the table is, well, there are two things on the table. One, if you're not in the Discord, you can join the Discord. And then once we're done with this, with gyrating divorce book, as long as you're in the server, you can use gyrating divorce book in the server. You know what I mean? I think that's a great incentive if you're not already there. But if you are there, the question is, what do we call this? What do we call a gyrating book? Because I think we need a funny name for him in the server once he's like uploaded as an emote. Miss me at all. I mean, we have one option though, right? Yeah, we could put up a poll. Because I think like, I can't remember what one of the really early suggestions were, when like bro was just like a concept in my brain. Divorce dance. Hold on, we need like a third word that starts with D. So that we in shorthand call it DDD. Or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Because I always search dance Discord whenever I want a dance team up for any server. Okay, that you bring up a really good point. I do think the word divorce needs to be in the name though. So our options are divorce gyrate or divorce dance. Why are those two options so funny to me? I think objectively speaking, dance force. It's just so funny. I feel like, Because I think no, but you do bring up a good point. Because I also search dance when I am trying to find something in a server. I feel low key, so probably divorce dance. Although divorce gyrate is very good. I think if people searched up the word gyrate more, it would absolutely be divorce gyrate. Because I don't know. I part of me wants gyrating divorce dance book to like spread like a bug. Because it's funny. Because like, you know, if I share a server with you and it's not like obviously this community server, I hope you know that once this goes up in live, I will be reacting to shit with gyrating book. Well, I would be reacting to stuff like not like, hey, I'm really sick and I feel miserable. I will not be reacting like gyrating book to that. If it's like I will be, let me rephrase this. I will be reacting gyrating book whenever I can appropriately. I'm actually kind of sad that gyrating book is going to be done soon. Like, this makes me a little bit sad. Like, gyrating book has been a constant in the background, I feel. Oh man, and now I think the next task is to wait for the next meme like idea to come to my brain. Cuz I do like doing these little little animations. They are very fun. Two, three. Okay, then after this, we go through and check everything. It's gonna be a little bit ass, but that's kind of what we gotta do. Two o'clock. Right. Sorry, my brain just turned off for a hot minute. I don't know. I'm like seeing stray marks, and I'm just so afraid I fucked something up. My brain is never on. Honestly, kind of same. Kind of same. Or like I feel like okay, like 4 p.m. PST hits, and then I turn my brain off. Like my other job, oh my god, it was so bad. Like I felt like I was so unprepared last week for like the solo class. My ass just like my ass just wasn't ready mentally, I guess. Thanks for the head pets back. Oh, here's this one. All right. All right, time to do the low-key kind of ass part of cleaning up and making sure that everything's been done. I've been lurking, but it is now big EP time for you since you've been awake since 5 a.m. Oh my god. Good night, do you guys never Good night, Leo. Have a good night. Oh my gosh, you are like get good rest, man. Get good rest. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm just gonna, right now, double checking everything's good. Unfortunately, this does require my brain to be on a little bit more than it was earlier, which is kind of a big rip. Did I check that guy, this one's fingers? I did. Just have to double check. Just have to double check. It's 5 a.m. time right now. Sorry, doing some quick ass math in my head. All right, I think this one's clear. My brain keeps gaslighting me into thinking that there's something there when there's in fact not something there. Okay, we'll clean out the edges. I just want to double check that the edges are all good here. My brain truly is gaslighting me right now. Really is this mustache, huh? Oh, I need to get rid of this one also. That is confusing me. I think this one should be pretty clean because we went back to fix the outline, which meant that we kind of had to fix everything else low-key. And then it should be good. This is like the first one that we did. Oh, it is so not good. Never mind. Hard never mind on that one. Now we're good. Okay. Final result. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. I truly am happy with it. This brings me great joy. Look at him go. I'm gonna export it now so that I don't have to worry about that later. So that means I'm gonna flip out of this, and then we can switch back, assuming that the button wishes to do what the button should be doing. Oh, the button doesn't wish to do what the button should be doing. Very pog. Actually, no, that's very annoying. Psh. There we go. Quick unplug and replug back in usually works. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of the background. Actually, no, shit, fuck. Okay, this is actually gonna be a little bit more involved. So I guess I can, like, can I yap during this process? I don't think I can. Fuck. Hold on, we're gonna group these together. Then get rid of them. Yeah. Okay. So this can be up, I would say, fairly I would say like after stream. Like I could get this up like hold on, I'm try to export it now. I just like if I exit out of this canvas, there'd be things that I want to keep a surprise. I'm gonna have to, yeah. I'm gonna hope this works. I'm trying really hard to remember how I did this the first time. Because if it is this thing that I think it is, God, that's gonna be very annoying. Oh no, it's gonna be annoying, huh? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. This is probably a post-stream thing then. Okay, shall we find someone to raid then? Because we did our thing, TM. Oh. Okay, Wisp is playing... Subnautica. Let's try to raid someone new. I don't know, is Bach still around? If Bach is still around, we could probably raid someone new. If Bach is not around, then I guess we could raid Wispin, but we kind of raided her Tuesday. And I do love Wispin, but I feel awkward raiding her twice in a row. Or, sorry, them. If not, I can probably vet out somebody. Oof. Raid channel. I don't know. I'm just like big scroll. Yeah, it was fun. I got to yap. It was great. Critics Live. Bach, are you still here? TM, asking for a friend. You got someone playing Mario Kart? Yeah, let's check them out. Oh, that's not commission grinds. I was looking at someone, but then I don't know what they're doing. Oh, are this person doing time trials? Oh, it looks like. That's very pog. Also, my model just died. So I guess that I'm just gonna look like this. Yeah, let's go rate them. Oh no. Why does it do that? Why does it do that? Unfortunate. All right. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining me. Let's talk about stuff before I send you guys on your way to Snoop Loop. Obviously join the Discord. Or not obviously, but like first of all, thanks for head pats. Join the Discord. If you're not in here, we said Divorce Dance is gonna be up. Divorce Dance is gonna be up soon. What else we got? God, we don't have a Monday stream. Or we do have a Monday stream, but it's not with Mito, and that's really weird for me to say out loud. Or maybe we might not have a Monday stream because I might be streaming this weekend, the fishing tournaments. But I don't know if I'm doing that yet. But yeah. Yeah, I might be streaming, I might not be, but you know what? Not to plug the Discord, but another would know is if you're in the Discord, TM. Yeah, for those of y'all who equally live in America like me, I hope, yeah, not with Mito. It's very upsetting. But, you know, we do have holiday tomorrow. And I know it feels like a really weird time to be celebrating, if you know, you know. But I hope that you are able to spend the weekend with friends and people that you care about, family, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, but yeah, it feels a little bit. I know it'll feel. It might feel a little bit not great timing, but yeah. I hope everyone has a wonderful night or wherever you are, day if it is, and we are going to raid out.